There's a lot of great information about Alberta's geology, geoscience, and resources, including lots of new data on mineral resources that are available on the AGS website, including a number of interactive web mapping applications, one of which, the Alberta Interactive Mineral Map, I'm happy to be here to demonstrate for you today. So if you go to the Alberta Geologic Survey and navigate to our Alberta Interactive Mineral Map, you'll see a little bit of a disclosure statement. But once you agree to that and click OK, you're going to come up to the application just as you're seeing on the screen here. So there's a number of different data sets, and I'm going to be working with Neil to show you some of the great functionality that's available through this mapping application. So on the left-hand side of your screen, we've got the mineral and geology legend layer pulled up right now. And you can see there's a number of boxes, check boxes there. Those are all different data sets that you can have access to. So what I'm going to maybe ask Neil to do really quickly is scroll to the top and maybe just turn on a few of them, like the metallic mineral occurrences map. You can even turn on the next few as well, just to give people an example of all the different data sets that are there. There's lithium, industrial minerals, even helium is right there as well, and as well as kimberlites. So there's lots of different data sets that are available in this geology, mineral and geology layer. The next tab over, it's also, you'll see like that's the icon with the 3 layers. This one is actually going to give you access to some of the base layers. This is some really, really great information that help orient you to various areas of the province. So it's got grids, land use frameworks. This is where you'll find a lot of the roads, rivers, lakes, streams, but you will notice that some of the text is in black and other ones are gray. The grayed out options are available for you, even if you won't let you click on them until you zoom into the map to a certain resolution. Then you'll be able to have access to some of those layers. You'll see them start to come on as you zoom in close enough. So that's the only reason they're kind of grayed out there. As you zoom in, you'll be able to see them, and as you zoom out, they'll shut off and go gray. So that's what those are there for. Lots of options there for you to explore. One of the things that what I'm going to get Neil to go back over to the mineral and geology layer, and let's just turn off some of those data sets. We're going to focus this demonstration specifically on the metallic minerals occurrences. So yeah, if you want to open that up, Neil, there you go. You can see the legend there, and you can see all the different points, and they're colored based on mineral type. So we've got copper, iron, zinc, the list goes on. But what I'm going to show you here today is how you can filter out only the data and the information that you're looking for specifically. So let's just say you're interested in rare earth elements. And as Jan had mentioned in her the part she just talked about, rare earth elements are used in a lot of the high-tech devices, like your computers, your cell phones, and the digital displays. So those are of high interest lately. So what I'm going to get Neil to do is go up onto the right-hand side and click on the query button. That's it right there. It's got a little magnifying glass. This is a whole series of pre-built queries for you to allow you to explore the data. So we're going to go right to the metallic mineral occurrences, primary commodity. Perfect. If you want to click on that one, Neil, this is going to allow you to filter through the data that you're seeing on your screen here. So if Neil clicks the drop-down list, and let's pick rare earth elements. Perfect. Yep, there you go. Spot on. And if you hit apply at the bottom, it's going to maybe take a few seconds here, but it's going to pull out just the rare earth element data. So you can see all of that information. Now, if you wanted to, if you were interested in just pulling this data and extracting it out and using it within your own application, you can do that. So if I can get Neil to kind of go over to that right-hand side of the screen and show there's the 3 little buttons under the results. Yep, if you click on that and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there's export to CSV. So that'll allow you to export that data into a tabular format, or like to look at it in, like, say, an Excel type spreadsheet. You can look at it that way. You can go down. The next one down is feature collection. So you'd be able to export that into another kind of shape file and use it in another GIS platform. Or you can export as a GeoJSON file as well. It's another spatial kind of file format that you can access. So if you wanted to look at the data that way, you can. That'll allow you to export just the data that you have queried out. So just what you've selected here that's highlighted in this kind of these bluey purple dots. What I'm going to get Neil to go over and do now is go over and if you click on any one of those dots that are on the map, you can get some information specifically about that. Right, perfect. That's awesome, Neil. This is one you get to choose whichever area of the province you're interested. As you'll notice, rare earth elements, we've got quite a lot in the Northeast, lots in the Southwest. So there's lots of information to explore on rare earth elements across the province. But as you see here, Neil just selected one of them, and in that little pop-up window is lots of information that's available on that data set. And so you can see what rock formation the sample was collected from. And if you scroll all the way down to the very bottom, that little icon you see there with mineral data, if you click on that one, which I'm not going to get Neil to do here today, because what it's going to do is actually take you to our portal site where you can then download that entire data set. So it's going to take we'll have access to the entire metallic mineral occurrences data set to download. So there's lots of options here for how to access, query, filter out, and you can visualize it here with all of the different data sets that are available in those two legends, the mineral and geology layers, as well as the base layers data, or you can go and download it yourself. One thing I do want to make sure to show you is if you want to switch from selecting the rare earth element data and maybe look at a different mineral. So what you're going to need to do that is to go back up to the three dots under the results tab, perfect, and go right down to the very bottom and you say remove this result. That's going to wipe out the query. And then that'll give us that opportunity to maybe look at another one. So let's go back and pick a different, let's maybe go with vanadium. Vanadium has been a hot topic lately. Vanadium, has lots of uses for steel alloys, nuclear reactors, and of course, lots of interest in rechargeable batteries. So if we look at vanadium and kind of scroll in, now we're looking at some of the vanadium data results in the southern portion of the province. You'll see the same thing. You are able to have that same functionality. You can go and download just that vanadium data and extract it, or you can go in and select that point, find out information about when and how that data was collected and the units that it was formed in. So what I'm going to get Neil to maybe do next is if you scroll out of, let's kind of zoom out. We'll go back and have a look at the entire province here. I want to make sure to show you another really, really amazing feature that we have available in this mapping application. So just quickly before I kind of jump to that, I want to do just those functionalities that are up there on the right-hand side. We've looked at the queries. There's other options for charts where some pre-established data. There's a measuring tool that's available. And as you move over to the far side of the screen, there is a print function. So you could zoom into an area of the province that you're interested in, pull up all the data that you'd like to see, and you do have the option to print the image that you've created on screen. So that's some great ways that you can access and leverage this information. And as we were chatting about just a few minutes ago about the massive program that we have underway to collect new mineral data across the province, we're going to keep updating this mapping application with that new information data as it becomes available. So it'll be a great source to check in for the latest and greatest. One of the features I want to just make sure to show you before we kind of cap off this quick demo is the feature to add your own data to this mapping application. So if you go back over to the left-hand side of the screen and click on the little icon, it's a picture of a map with the plus right there. Perfect, Neil. They've got a number of options. So there's a search function. You can search in the Esri kind of loaded grids and files. You can use the URL function, which will allow you to add data that's available online, or you can use the file function. And this is the one we typically see people most interested in using. That's going to let you upload data into this application and onto this map in a variety of formats. So you can see CSV, KML, the GeoJSON file, and shape files. There's lots of formats that are available to upload data onto this map and leverage this mapping application to view your data in conjunction with the data available through the application. So that's a really, really kind of quick overview. We only really touched skimmed the surface of some of the great information and data that's available in here. Lots of, kimberlite indicator mineral data. I'd love to let you guys, get in and explore this application further. So yeah, again, we just kind of skimmed across the surface, lots to look at and see. So I'd encourage you, if you get the chance, to have a look at this mapping application, as well as a few others that we have available on the website, as a great way to explore and interact with this newly available data.